everybody? DJ Schmidt here, aka Turt Dog Schmidt Nasty, in the building. Real quick, repping the Johnny Blue Sky shirt today in honor of Mutiny at Midnight. We'll talk about that a little bit later. I'm all sturgilled out today, but it is a beautiful night here in San Francisco. I'm sure it was just as beautiful at 7 p.m., but 8 p.m. is also a beautiful time to be in San Francisco, if you're asking me, which I know you all are. Very excited to be here for another episode of Talking Schmidt live at the Complex, the premier live stream entertainment choice for the world at large. I don't want to keep y'all waiting here. We got some business to attend to. We got some live music to get to, and we got some talking to these live musicians to get to as well. But first things first, as always, I want to do our official hashtag of the show, which is officially, as of today, don't sleep on Schmidt. That's the fact, everybody. If you're out there and you are using hashtag still because it is apparently 2012, please make sure to post with don't sleep on Schmidt. In case you missed it, I've been a sleepy boy lately, and that is why we are doing an 8 p.m. show. Thank God for producers and people holding me to the flames, because I got about 8 calls at 7 p.m., and I was like, why are people calling me at 7 a.m.? And then I realized it was p.m. and not a.m., and then that's when life got very interesting and very fast, because we got to the city in about 30 minutes flat from downtown Martinez, which is impressive. So I'm very, very happy to be here, and we appreciate your patience. It's going to be a good show. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about, but first and foremost, happy birthday to a dear friend of the Complex, a dear friend of Talking Schmidt, and a dear friend to you, Mr. Infinite Chi. The one and only Chi's birthday is today. Happy birthday to you, brother. I hope you are having a wonderful day. We just talked to him for a split second on the interwebs, whatever you want to call it. Some FaceTime. I know technology. I'm hip with it, baby. I'm groovy. I know what's going on. I got my finger on the pulse of the world. But he's having a birthday celebration today, so you can go ahead and wish him all the birthday love in the chat right friggin' now, wherever you are watching this. So we love you, Chi. Happy birthday. Make sure you check out Freestyle Flow Fest and Infinite. Check the rhyme with Infinite Chi, I should say. All good programs right here on the Complex Network. We got a lot of good stuff here. We got What's Poppin' coming up on the 9th. We got all the stuff you can think of going on here. So make sure you follow this channel right now to stay up to date with all the cool stuff we got going on here. Without further ado, as you all know, we love local music here on this program and other programs. So we're going to talk about some local music coming up in the next 2 weeks, because there's a lot of live music happening right here in the Bay Area that we don't want you to miss out on. So let's get to it. Starting off on March 5th, that is tomorrow, aka Thursday, March 5th, right here in San Francisco at Bottom of the Hill, Spoonbenders, Heat, and Med School are going to be taking over the stage. It's going to be an awesome time, especially considering that this is going to be the last year the Bottom of the Hill is going to be around, which is heartbreaking, and I don't want to cry too much on camera, so I'll save my tears for later. But Spoonbenders is an absolutely amazing band. I saw them at the Halloween Meltdown they did for Mosswood Meltdown one year, and I remember talking to them, and they said that, I was like, oh, you guys were the loudest thing I've seen, and they said, wait till you see Ty Segall and Fuzz, and boy, were they right. But until then, get your heavy fix from Spoonbenders, Heat, Med School at Bottom of the Hill. $17 in advance, $20 at the door, with the doors opening at 8 p.m. and an 8:30 showtime happening March 5th. Now, an official inner thigh slapping Schmitty's pick of the week. We're going out to Napa on Saturday, March 7th, out at the Uptown Theater in Napa. Silver Sun Pickups are coming back around, which is an absolutely incredible band, and I'm sure you've heard of them. The song Panic Switch was very, very big, but they're just an incredible band. And also, SF legends Pure Hex have been on the road with them, and they are coming home, and they're going to be opening for them at this show, which is very exciting. I couldn't be more stoked for the folks in Pure Hex. They are absolutely incredible. They just had a great album release last year, and it's going to be 12 and over. You got to be at least 12 years old, so sorry, kiddos. Or under 16, you got to be with an adult, and everything's kicking off at 7:30 p.m. You can get tickets to that at the Uptown Theater in Napa, or on the interwebs. You know how people do stuff on the internet these days. But now, coming to next week, March 11th, that is a Wednesday, Mabui Gardens. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I've never heard that one before, but I've never read that, I should say. I've seen it a few times, but I've never read the name before. Bang the Bay presents Switch Crooks, who are Talking Schmidt live at the Complex alumni. They're going to be headlining this show, which is very, very exciting. They were such an awesome punk band. If you like loud, fast, in-your-face music, this is the show for you. Switch Crooks, Half Rotten Goddess, Lost Cosmos, Elegant Trash, Blunt Force Karma, With You, and DJ Skeevy. Shout out DJ Skeevy. 21 and up only, $15, and it is a 5:30 p.m. show. It's going to be awesome. If you like your music loud and aggressive and in your face and everything in between on that spectrum, please come check this show out March 11th. Now, coming to Friday, March 13th. So, you know when you do the scroll thing and it goes a little bit past? It was like just a quarter of an inch past. Friday, March 13th, we're going to be out in Oakland at Eli's Mile High Club, the legendary venue right across the water here, with Hot Takes, Lady Starbeast, and Fricks. That is a 21 and up only show, and it is going to be at 8 p.m. Usually, Eli's is around like 10 to 15 bucks for the cover, something like that. Very reasonable price for some awesome music. I actually got to meet Lady Starbeast recently back in January at another show. Shout out Sore Thumb and Peter and the Strange Ones and all those fantastic people and the Helltones as well. They were great and very sweet individuals, so make sure you go show some support for Lady Starbeast, Fricks, and Hot Takes at Eli's Mile High Club. Now, my last official Schmitty's pick of the week, not my last show, but my final Schmitty's pick of the week is happening on Saturday, March 14th. Save the date, everybody. We're going down to Santa Cruz. We're going to the beach ball walk in the warm California sun. Man, I am out of key. Anyways, we're going to the Catalyst, which is a great venue. If you have not been there, I highly recommend checking it out because the only Buckethead is coming back around, who is, if you saw the first episode of this season, we had a very, very long, detailed conversation about Buckethead, and I even played Jordan acoustic on a Guitar Hero guitar live for you fine folks. I dusted the dust off the strings, and we got her plugged in. It sounded great. So make sure you check out Buckethead on March 14th. 16 and up only, unfortunately. $15 at the door, with the doors at 7 p.m., show at 8 p.m. Go check it out and go rock the hell out with Buckethead. And finally, our last show here is going to be Tuesday, March 17th at the Great American Music Hall right in San Francisco, one of the best venues to ever do it here in the city, and really one of the last few living legend staple venues out here in the city. There's a band from across the pond coming over, and they are absolutely incredible, and they're just now starting to tour again. I've been waiting probably about 10 years to see this band live, and I finally got to see them last summer. But Band of Skulls are coming around, and they are going to be joined with Ghost Woman. It is $27.50 in advance and $32 at the door, with the doors at 7 p.m. and the show at 8 p.m. When I tell you this is a great rock and roll band, a modern rock and roll band, they are everything rock and roll that I can envision, which is very fitting for the show we have this evening, but I'll get to that in a few minutes. Give me a second. Let me finish, guys. Jesus. Anyways, they're incredible. Band of Skulls rip. I love them. Their first 3 records are absolutely incredible. All their music's great, but that first record absolutely has just been stuck on repeat for me for the past 15 years. So I absolutely love them. You will absolutely love them if you like loud rock and roll. Please go check them out and support them. Please keep coming to their shows, because then they will keep coming back to the Bay Area and we can all enjoy their music. Now, real quick, I got my intro speech coming up here shortly, but before that, I got to give a little bit of credit, a little bit of respect to the one and only Johnny Blue Skies, aka Sturgill Simpson. He was supposed to be releasing a new album on the 13th of March, but unfortunately, these pesky kids on the internet are getting pretty good at getting stuff in advance, so I'm guessing they got an early copy of his record and we're going to start streaming it. So he just said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm putting it for free online on YouTube. It is absolutely incredible. What you're thinking, I don't really like country music, I don't really like bluegrass music, which you're wrong, but that's okay. Bluegrass music might be some of the best American art that's left going on in the States these days, but I highly recommend checking it out, because it's not a bluegrass or a country record. It is technically a groovy disco record, which sounds like a hard sell, and I understand where your hesitation might come in, but it is an absolute banger of a record. Sturgill can really do no wrong, in my opinion. So that's why we got the Johnny Blue Skies hat, Johnny Blue Skies shirt tonight. We got all the love for Johnny Blue Skies and their Mutiny at Midnight record, which, again, you can check out for free on his YouTube page, the entire thing. He just dropped it 2 weeks in advance, so gotta love when an artist gives something to the people that he loves to troll. All right, hashtag don't sleep on Schmidt. That's enough of that. Let's get straight to it, everybody. As you know, for each of the fine bands that come through here, I got a little bit of a write-up. I used to be a somebody back in my day. And so I like to practice my writing skills by coming up with these obviously eloquent and beautiful and now world-renowned intro speeches. So tonight's no exception to that fact. And that being said, is this my camera? The same one I've been talking into the whole show? Copy that. That makes sense. Okay, so this evening, we have a very rare treat for you fine folks. In a world where everything is digitized and seems to be operated exclusively by a laptop or remote control, especially how we engage in our foreign affairs currently, and unfortunately, the idea of somebody being practical while tactile is a breath of fresh air. Take it in with me. Doesn't that smell good? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be the grumpy old man who's hating on technology to the point of exclusion. That's never beneficial. You got to roll with the times, baby. But I think there is some absolutely amazing music being made with these modern tools and shows a lot of promise for the state of creativity in the arts world. A tool is only that when left sitting on the shelf. Remember that. But in the hands of a capable artist, these tools can be very powerful and very, very useful, as long as the tool's not dictating what's going on. And while EDM and other music genres like it may not be my cup of tea most days, I'll admit, hence the Johnny Blue Skies attire, I cannot deny its impact on culture through the effect it has on people and also the draw that these artists bring out to these shows. I mean, clearly they are doing something right, and we will applaud them in their creative ambition. So, quick round of applause for all the EDM artists out there. They are absolutely incredible. Now, in response to that, a phrase I have constantly been hearing for the past decade plus however years is that the modern rock band is dead. To me, the term rock and roll is dead no longer really seems to be up for debate given the vast amounts of music genres we have to pick and choose from. I mean, it's growing at a rapid rate. Feels like rock and roll just isn't getting the love and attention that it deserves. That is, unless you know where to look. And let's just say, these ojos know right where to look. Once the beacon of modern music throughout the country and across the world at large, rock and roll now seems to be kept alive through the legacy names, through acts like the Eagles and Foo Fighters and Neil Young and things of that nature, and across thousands of smaller stages in various music scenes right in your community. That's where the real work's being done, everybody. So, for tonight's episode of Talking Schmidt Live at the Complex, we aim to prove that rock and roll is not dead and indeed alive and well. Honoring the pride and tradition of all things rockin' and rollin' and beyond. Your group tonight is keeping the flames of rock high in all of its burning bright and up high on display for all to see. To crudely sum them up, and this is very crudely, so bear with me, this band is like if Cheap Trick and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers got married and properly consummated that marriage through the act of sensual and consensual coitus, all while Jerry Garcia and Bob Weir were watching in the corner like a couple of freaks blessing this love from high above. I feel like the end result might slightly resemble what you're about to witness this evening. Disclaimer, we do not kink shame here on Talking Schmidt. That is a fact. We love you all. You do what you do in your own comfort of your own home and have fun. So please know that what was just said was done from a place of humor and love for all parties involved. To quote the late, great Jimi Hendrix, let your freak flag fly, everybody. That is a disclaimer legal has just informed me we had to say, so shout out to the lawyers up here helping us keep things going. To the viewers at home, we are beyond excited to finally have this group grace our stage on the program this evening. It is with great honor that I present to you our very special guest for tonight's episode. One of the future great Bay Area rock bands is live here for you tonight. Some call them TRB. I like to call them friends. But tonight, they are your guests and entertainment. Everybody, give a round of applause to the Tom Relling Band, everybody. Let's go.
knows who will ever get a reaction. Soft smile, illusion in her eyes. You can tell no lies. She's up there on the throne, and you're out here all alone. Hey, don't stop chasing the dream, queen of the sea. Oh yeah! Glasses overflowing with envy. Everyone will be simply pretending. Everybody always trying to get things done. She's the only one. She's up there on the throne, and you're out here all alone. Hey, don't stop chasing the dream, queen of the sea. Enemies wanna see the queen come down. When they all wanna turn to wear the crown. Is it true you would do the same things too? There can be only one who was born to rule. She's up there on the throne, and you're out here all alone. Hey, don't stop chasing the dream, but you better start coming clean. She's up there on the throne, and you're out here all alone. Hey, don't stop living the dream, queen of the sea. Yeah. Ain't a secret there, baby's gotta rock and roll. Ain't a secret there, baby's gotta rock and roll. She's gotta jump, she's gotta run. She's just trying to have a little fun. Ain't a secret there, baby's gotta rock and roll. Ain't a secret there, brings it back the way she sings. Ain't a secret that brings it back the way she sings. She's singing high, she's singing low, she's singing anywhere you wanna go. Ain't a secret that brings it back the way she sings. Now let me get a little closer, I'll tell you what she's gonna do. When you think you know it, she's gonna try something new. wanna try something new. Baby, 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 please, baby, 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 please. Yeah, this next song is called Street Action. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Struggling into the night. Tight jeans, short sleeves, out looking to fight. Drunk cigarettes, stepping under our heated feet. Cops waiting in the alley for a victim to scream. Oh, look out! Street action in the city, street action, yeah. In the city, in the city, in the city, yeah. Green suits from a skyscraper looking low. Came down in the bus stop, neon glow. Oh, trash pile on the sidewalk blowing away. Spun out and searching for a place to stay. Hey. Street action in the city. Street action in the city, in the city, in the city, yeah. of the visions I have seen through from the prison of my dreams. See the colors in between. spaces inside my memory. And here they come returning. We've been here before. The sky survived the burning, ready to restore. Time to reach them. Yeah, it's a long time later, but you get back up again. All the buried statues, the molecules reclaimed. Watch the slow paralysis till nothing else remains. Shapes resume their orbits, returning of the spheres. Time forgets experience, the memory appears. Reappears. Yeah, it's a long time later to reach the end. Yeah, it's a long time later, but you get back up again. to reach the end. Yeah, it's a long time later, but you get back up again. We got one more for the set, yeah? We're the Tom Relling Band. All right. Blazing on rectangular screens, endless information supply. A flash of a camera taking pics at the scene, leaving silent secrets behind. And if you dream a genuine sign, something's gonna change your mind. Young American Ruler, young American Ruler. Billboard shadow in a neon moon, only 60 miles away. Yeah. Sex, guns, Jesus, you'll be born again soon. Give me a new religion to pray. A mercenary out in the streets. Electric slingers shall be released. Please, young American ruler. A young American ruler.
Holy crap, everybody. I just got to start with that. Absolutely fucking incredible. TRB ripping it up. Does TRB stand for The Ripper Band? I'm pretty sure it does now. You can use that one. First one's free from Schmidt. Holy shit, everybody. That was incredible. We got a whole lot more from these guys coming up in a little bit. Stay tuned. We're going to take a quick little commercial break. We're going to take a break, whatever you want to call it. We will be right back. We're going to have these boys on the couch. We're going to pick their brains a little bit. We're going to find out what TRB stands for. I have a feeling we already know, but for those of you who don't know and are on the edge of your seat, stay tuned. We've got a lot of stuff headed your way when we get back. But until then, stay tuned right here at Talking Schmidt live at The Complex. Be sure to follow us on all of our socials at The Complex SF on Instagram and at Talking Schmidt Live. Follow us on twitch.tv/The Complex SF and youtube.com/The Complex SF. It's The Complex SF with Talking Schmidt Live. We'll be back. Enjoy.
Your kisses sting like acid rain. I lie awake at night to recall it. I caressing love just melts away. All the parts of me I am eternal. How many tear you into a million pieces? At your flesh with my design. I love your soul, this is how we show affection, you and I. Yeah, your mountain touch erupts my blood, shimmies down. Lose our control is how we crash around. We were never meant to make it out alive. How many tear you into a million pieces? It's your flesh with my design. I love your soul, this is how we show affection, you and I. How many tear you into a million pieces? It's your flesh with my design. How many tear you into a million pieces? It's your flesh with my design. Love your soul, this is how we show affection, you and I.
Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome to The Complex here in beautiful downtown San Francisco. I am your pal, Steve Wardmore, and this is What's Poppin', the Bay Area's arts and entertainment talk show. Each episode features hilarious and insightful interviews with local Bay Area celebrities. Also, the people behind the scenes of the coolest venues and events happening in the Bay Area. we have a brand new house band that comes in to perform live for us right here and for you at home on your devices. Join us every other Monday, twitch.tv/thecomplexsf. Be a part of the revolution, be a part of the family, and you never know who's gonna stop by the studio over here.
Okay, Horde guitars, what they got? They got pickups, and they got these pickups. They got more pickups. Ooh, look at this pickup. Ooh, and they got this pickup, and then that pickup. Ooh, there's so many pickups. Oh, more pickups.
All right, welcome back to the program, everybody. As you can see, real quick, I just want to shout out how awesome this fucking t-shirt is. Shout out to Sturgill or Johnny Blue Skies. I don't want to misname anybody here. But as you previously know, or for some reason you're just now tuning in, thank you for tuning in. I don't know why you're jumping in the middle, but God bless you. You just missed an amazing set from Tom Relling Band. They're on the couch here, everybody. It is fucking incredible. They have been ripping and rolling with rock and roll mindsets the entire evening. Thank you for being here. You guys want to take a quick second, do a little down the line intros, announce yourselves, make sure everything's tested up mic-wise. Let's start with you right here, boss.
I'm Alex Danglozano on the drums.
Yes, sir. Yes, you most certainly are.
Tom Relling, guitar, vocals.
Oh, that's where it comes from. Okay, that's the Tom Relling. All right, all right.
Will Durkee, bass.
All right, we got the boys here on the couch. I think we got our lapels working. I hope they are. If not, George will frantically come down here and let us know to correct that situation. But how you guys enjoying your time so far at the complex? This is not your guys' first. Is this your first time here?
No.
Second time here. Yes.
Or third time.
Second time, actually more than 3 for me. But no, it's not our first time here. We did some video recording, live video recording, maybe 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
We came through, and we had our buddy Eric Long, who's another Bay Area musician, legend, play pedal steel in that configuration.
That's awesome. I would have loved to see a little pedal steel with you.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need it, obviously. The three of you guys are more than sufficient in what you're doing. And how do you like that amp you're using, by the way?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
Smokes.
we were sitting there and it was just like, we were kind of laughing. Alex was kind of giggling during the set. And I was like, I bet you they're just laughing like, this sounds fucking incredible on this stage tonight. Because it sounded awesome up on top in the booth as well. So I'm glad everything's been working well. And George came out with the good stuff. Let's get to some questions. Let's take us back to the beginning. And feel free to jump in at any time. Doesn't have to be directed to any one person. But what's like one of your earliest musical memories of all time? Like for me, I always picture growing up with my grandparents going to Reno. My grandfather was a bus driver in Reno for many years. And I always remember driving up and my grandmother had a cassette that had the Hotel California track by the Eagles. A lot of the coasters as well, like Yakety Yak, Don't Talk Back, the classics, and the Everly Brothers. Like those are like 3 bands that are surprisingly not as prominent in my rotation anymore, but that's like one of my earliest memories of like being associated with music and going, what is this? Like, am I in love? Like, is this what I want to do with my life? Like, what's like a very early musical memory for you guys growing up? Something that maybe kind of stuck with you. That is a tough one. I mean, there's a lot of
Good question.
A lot of stuff to sift through on that one. A lot of years.
I could say I just had my 2 best friends from high school visit me for the first time in a long time, and it was really nice to hang. And they reminded me of. I got to DJ for them at home with my vinyl and just playing through Op Ivy,
Yes.
Green Day, like all these like great punk rock bands. And now that I live up here, I grew up in Southern California. Now I live up here. All the Bay Area bands that I've fallen in love, even further in love with. So yeah, like the first time I heard International Super Hits by Green Day, and that album basically taught me how to drum.
100%. I mean, that is an album I have probably one of the first albums I had to buy multiple times because I would just go through International
the
Super Hits
CD.
in particular. I mean, other individual records are obviously amazing, like Dookie and Kerplunk and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But International Super Hits is just
So good.
front to back, can't skip it, and it is a. I feel like you should get that when you apply for a driver's license in the Bay Area. They're like, here's that. If you like Green Day, then here's some Operation Ivy, which is another band I would murder to have come back around. But I digress. Anyone else want to feel like they feel jumping in with a musical memory by chance?
I'm curious what yours is.
I really liked Elvis.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In 5th grade, I had like an Elvis CD, like all the hits. And
Awesome.
yeah, it was 5th grade, and then in 6th grade, I moved on to like Iron Butterfly.
I mean, opposite ends of the spectrum. You know, I mean, they're definitely all sitting at the same breakfast table together. But that's a good shift right there.
Even
I feel
earlier
like.
than that, though, I think my mom had Rubber Soul by the Beatles on vinyl. I remember
Great
hearing
record.
that on.
Severely, I feel like that's a very underrated Beatles record. That's one of my favorite ones. I mean, Michelle comes on, and I'm just like, how do you just convey that much emotion? Like, what a lucky person that Michelle was. So,
What a song.
they got some great records there. But what about you, Tom? What would you say is an early musical experience for you, bud?
Our early musical experience for me, both my parents were heavy into music, and they named me after the Who rock opera, Tommy.
Oh shit!
So I have a bit of a birthright,
yeah,
I suppose.
Bit of a legacy to hold up.
Indeed. And there was always music around the house. I don't remember specifically, but my parents told me that they played the Byrds' Sweetheart of the Rodeo while I was in my mom's belly before I was born. So they like piped that in, Graham Parsons. So that's not necessarily a memory, but that happened. And then early music memory, particular to the Bay Area, when I was like 6, I remember I was a ring bearer for a family friend wedding up here in the Bay Area. And that was my first time visiting San Francisco. I'm from Southern California originally, but we flew up, and I remember having a cassette tape player of Marshall Crenshaw, first album, self-titled, and that was the first thing that I remember consuming voraciously, just on repeat, because with the cassette you listen through both sides like a record, and I had my little kid thing, and I remember absorbing that music.
And just leaving a lifelong impression, just being like, wait a minute, people do this? Like, you can make this noise outside of just like, being a 6-year-old who's just only noise experience is making noise themselves by usually yelling or crying or something like that. Yeah. But no, I think that's great. And it's nice to be able to have I come from, my parents were very big, like my mom was like AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, classic rock and roll. And then my dad was like George Clinton and like ZZ Hill and like Buddy Guy and all that.
Awesome.
And I didn't really get into the later of that, like the Buddy Guy and ZZ Hill stuff, until I started getting older and playing music myself. But yeah, just being around that kind of stuff really informed my musical know-how and like my ability to be like, wait, that's a great song. I'm gonna dig into that. Maybe I could learn how to play that. And then next thing you know, which actually is a good segue into our next question, is when did you guys first start playing music, like individually or even as a band? Like how did you first become inclined? We'll start with the band aspect first. Like how did you guys all meet, and how did this lineup of the band come together?
Right. I suppose I can answer that. Who did I meet first, Alex or Will? I met Alex first. Alex and I went to USF here in San Francisco, and Alex was a year ahead of me in school, and we both played in separate bands, but we were friendly through music associations.
Played shows together.
Played some shows
Shared
together.
a bill or two.
Yep. We're on each other's radar, and then lost touch for a hot minute. Alex moved over to Vietnam for about a year.
Oh, wow.
And was living out there, and then came back to the city, and the previous band I was in had sort of wound down, and we were looking to start a new project, so we brought Alex on board for another band where I was playing bass. That band was called Stowe Lake, named after the location in the park we used to live in, the Richmond neighborhood here in the city. And that was when we started playing regularly, and then we formed another group that was more of a experimental art project called Tong, and Alex was the drummer for that, and we were doing some early DIY recording experiments in his garage out there in the outer avenues. So that was how we came together, and then we've just been keeping the train rolling, as it were. And
Nonstop, yeah.
and then with Will and I have been friends for a really long time. Also, similar parallel band situation. Our bands played together.
Somewhere in Oakland, right?
Was it? Yeah, maybe it was.
was
Like
like
First
First
Fridays or
Friday.
something, like 10 years ago, maybe. And yeah, Will's an extraordinary visual artist and painter in his own right, as well as being just an incredible musician. And so our previous band that we were in, that I was in, Will did some artwork for that, made some beautiful T-shirts and some other flyers and graphic design. So we'd always, stayed tight with Will. And then, gosh, when did we really fold you into TRB? Was
It's like 2021.
2021?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we were working like a roster model for a little bit, where it was,
Rotating players kind of situation.
I'm very blessed to be friends with some amazing musicians here in the Bay Area, and so yeah, we just operated a roster, and then Will.
I think of it as kind of a stable.
Yeah,
Exactly. Well, also it's hard to, like, with so many people having so many different lives. It's like, are you available this day? I am not, unfortunately, so I'm not.
Right.
It's very hard to lock like a band setting together.
It's so
So
hard.
It's also funny. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead, please.
It's also funny because I always want to explain that it was like during COVID time that kind of split everybody up, but it wasn't.
Right.
Like we had kind of all gotten married, and then next
Right.
thing you know, like Tom's living in Santa Rosa.
Right.
We all left San Francisco in our own ways.
Yeah.
And so then when COVID kind of started winding down, and we were itching enough to just play anywhere we could, I kept telling Tom, like, dude, do the TRB thing, just like push it forward. I'm gonna be behind you every step of the way. And every chance we got, it was like Will kept coming in, and it was like, this is the bassist.
Yeah.
You guys still want bass? You guys need some bass? I'm happy to play some bass.
Yeah.
No, that's incredible. That's nice to be able to have that, like, that kind of longevity too in the friendship, and like Bay Area musicianship can be kind of tricky too. Like you said, life's happened, people have kids, they get married, they start going their separate ways. So it's nice to be able to hear that there is hope for you. If you have friends, they can still be your friends and bandmates for a decade plus. Just keep in contact, keep your Instagrams friendly, and get together and jam in a garage every once in a while. That's where the real magic happens.
Absolutely.
And now let's talk a little bit about your influence on this one. Like I said, I kind of brought up a couple that I thought were maybe more apparent. I don't know how close on the money I was with that, which I'm usually wrong in most elements of my decision making or opinions. But I said like Cheap Trick and kind of Tom Petty a little bit. The first time I heard you, I felt the aesthetic of like that 70s ELO Jeff Lynne style, just like epic classic rock and roll. Like, who would you say are some of the bigger influences, and maybe even some like surprise influences that people might be like, oh shit, I didn't think that would influence you guys as well. But who inspires TRB, the Tom Relling Band?
Oh man, kind of cop-out corny answer, but like these guys, I don't know.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Amen.
No, that's not a cop-out
Amen.
answer. That's
Yeah,
the
it's
first
right
time
on.
I've ever gotten that on this show in a year and a half. That is a perfectly acceptable answer.
Oh yeah, it's true
absolutely
though. I mean, like I said, like I'm very blessed to be friends with some incredible top-tier, world-class musicians, and I feel like that charges my batteries, to push myself further and to keep making things. And so, if we can get Will Durkee on bass and Alex on drums in the same room, that's inspiring enough to make something happen. I also love the sort of celebration of eclecticism that is prevalent in the Bay Area. And so all of the above are true. Like the influences you mentioned, Cheap Trick, Tom Petty, definitely. Love that stuff. Pete Townsend's a big one, if I was going to say.
We saw him present on the stage for sure with those
yeah.
big ass. I was like, dude, that is, by the way, for the folks at home, that is not an easy thing to do. I have busted my thumb so many goddamn times when I first started playing. Be like, I got this. It's not that hard. And did it once, and I was like, I am never going to do that again. That is not for me,
This guy has brought
unfortunately.
back the windmill. He's brought back the massive jump and the big fat kick.
Yes, all classic, keeping the staples alive. I think Pete would be
Yeah.
very, very happy with the legacy you're upholding there.
Yeah, I got to stay limber.
It's important to musician longevity, honestly.
know.
is
You should see it warm up. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's
But
it's the whole
same
thing.
here, dude. Like Tom was the first musician I ever played with who taught me to just hit record.
Yeah.
Like stop worrying about making the perfect song. Like the first 4 EPs and 3 LPs we did together were just come in the room, have an idea, force it into a song, hit record.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I mean, there were the LPs that we did. We would do like 10 songs in a day.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
just off the top of our heads, but that was just the ethos was just like move, like put them on paper.
Yeah.
And
And keeping like once the gears start turning too with certain projects, like obviously like a 3-piece band, if like minimalism can be very beneficial. Like it's nice to have a lot of different sounds that you can pull from, but in my opinion, 3 people on stage is the best lineup for rock and roll possible. And being able to like get in a room together, and once the gears start turning, like you said, it's very easy to pump out. Not easy. I don't want to discredit how hard the work you guys put in is, but sometimes that flow just starts happening, and it's just just keep going and going and going. And next thing you know, like, wow, we have 10 songs and we like every single one of them. Like that's
Yeah.
impressive right there.
and Tom has always encouraged us to do, you know, you're the lead drummer,
Yeah.
you're the lead bassist, you know,
Right.
so just play, you know, play.
Right.
Oh, well,
like,
when
let
is
it
the
all
rhythm
out.
bassist? He's like, well, could I get the rhythm bassist come in? Because I'm getting tired of this lead stuff here.
We
No.
did that one time. We
Really?
yeah. That you remember that? We played
Yeah.
a gig in Sonoma. You remember that? You showed up and we had lead and rhythm bass going.
Oh, that is
There was a lot of
incredible.
bass.
It was so much. It was like
Some like evil Thin Lizzy vibes going on, like
insane.
reverse Thin Lizzy.
It was like a little. It was impractical for the space. It was like a tiny little patio of a little
Cafe,
bar,
yeah.
and there were more musicians playing than there were people witnessing, which can be the case
We won't say the
sometimes.
place's name.
Right, exactly.
And it's a beautiful place with good libations. But yeah, we did lead and rhythm bass. It was amazing. I think Will might have even done slide bass at one point.
What?
I love playing with Will because he gets after it like that. Like,
Yeah.
he can't not do himself. And like Alex's point, like playing yourself, I think, is at least what I'm looking for in a musician is like. Authenticity of expression,
100%.
like not trying to be something you're not, and letting all those influences that you were informed by when you were small and growing up, letting that come out and make it your own thing. Like I mentioned before, the celebration of eclecticism here in the Bay Area is it's kind of like people are always making their own thing,
Absolutely.
and you see that across the board, not only in the arts but also in like cuisine. And this is such a junction of ideas here, like in this geographic space, that I feel like that's reflected in sort of what we do, and we let it be our own thing, which is why we had a pedal steel for a minute, because it's not a country band, but it was like this is
there
not
are
a thing that people do.
Yeah, no, there's definitely
this.
tracks that you would definitely hear like Purple Lady. Is that the right song?
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I found
You
that
hit
song and I was
the
like, that would be. I could already hear the.
That's right.
That's
Like
That's right.
That's it. And it's cool because we drone it out, and the vision with that was like, let's have it replace what an organ would do, because the organ
Oh,
is,
yeah.
a little more conventional, I suppose, in a rock and roll arrangement. But it was like, let's try a pedal steel and see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. A little more conventional, but not as
Record.
practical. It's hard to get an organ upstairs, in my
Truly.
opinion. And it's even harder to find someone to help you carry said organ up those stairs. So
I know, but they sound so good.
they really do, and it just
You
helps.
raise the temperature of a room with a well-played organ.
Well, it just fills in all that empty space in between the notes of like the strings and the bass and the skins and everything like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But so organ players, just saying, shoot your shot. I don't
Yeah,
want
hit me up.
to. I mean, it sounds like he's got it probably covered with his plethora of musicians that he knows. But at the same time, it doesn't hurt. You could, how if someone were to reach out to you on social media, perhaps,
Yeah.
how would you recommend they do so?
Just do it. Just say what's up. I don't know. It's just me,
Good segue.
Exactly. No, I think that adds perfectly into what you were talking about. It's just me, and that's
Yeah.
like the core of this band. It's like we're just 3 people who are uniquely ourselves, and we have mutual respect and admiration for each other. And with that respect and admiration comes the push and the drive to like, I don't want to say force the creativity, but it's like, no, I'm going to make you be you, because that's going to be the best end result we can be. And being able to have that kind of flow with each other is really, really beneficial. And it comes out in your music. I mean, you guys were so tight-knit sounding, and there was smiles on stage, which it really bums me out to see how little smiling I see on stage sometimes. And I'm like, guys, you're doing the thing. Like, that's the whole thing right there, is playing for people.
I think Alex was smiling because You cut your hand, right?
Well, I cut my hand, but no, I
It was bleeding all over the snare.
I was
that's why
bleeding.
it's-
He's just like, ha ha!
Like very first song, I was bleeding.
Oh,
all
that's
over.
why,
So,
immediately out the gate.
So,
Old knuckle buster right
earned it.
here.
Knuckle buster.
But people tell me every show that I'm smiling all over the place, and I don't even notice it. Like I think I'm more making grimacing faces, but I just think that's
No one's ever
how,
told me that.
that's how it's supposed to be.
No, that's part of the vibe. Like I said, it's just the music is very fun but tight knit sounding, and it's just a fun experience. Like I said, every time I put on one of your records, I'm just like, this is good times. Like I'm right where I need to be. Everything's gonna be okay. Like
Thanks, man.
life is not that serious sometimes. You need a little reset, and music can be a great contributor to that. So we've gone over inspirations. Let's talk about maybe you were talking about the double bass, the pedal steel, and all that. What would you say is maybe a personal favorite show that you guys have played? Like if any. It could just be like the venue itself was amazing, the libations were amazing, the crowd was amazing, but like what is a show that sticks out to you as possibly being one of your favorites, and what made it to be such a favorite venue? Or a favorite show, I should say.
Jeez.
I mean, there's a lot to pick from, that's like asking what your favorite breath you took was, because
Yeah.
there's so many that have happened, but.
Yeah. Playing shows is can be a real crapshoot. And
Man.
we've cleared the room a time or two.
Yeah.
Been humbled.
That's great. I love that for expression. We
I
cleared
mean,
the room
that's
once
what
or
it
twice.
is. And
Yeah.
it's like in those moments you can make a decision for every like one great show that's like keeps you coming back. You've got 9.
Yeah.
Like just it's like it's flat or it's not there. Sometimes it's just like downright like
Offensive.
existential, and you're like, does this make sense to do this anymore? But
I spent gas money on this?
like, what is this place? And there's no one here, and you could be bummed, but
Then there's that great one.
then you have a great one.
That's just mind blowing.
That's just like, and you completely, as Marshall Mathers says, lose yourself in the music.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
As it were.
Respect to the man.
right.
Respect to the man.
But we had one, and Will, I think we subbed you, and this added to the extra electricity of it because we had a friend in town who's a high-level musician in his own right, and we rolled in no rehearsal, no problem, no monitors on the stage.
Oh, geez, that's all right.
essentially,
Strike one, guys. What do we got going on?
vocals. But we were like, who cares? This
Yeah.
is fun. And it was a festival situation at a local watering hole. Shout out Winter's Tavern.
Shout out,
Shout out
Pacifica,
to
yeah.
This was Tiempos Locos Festival 2026, and something happened that night where when we played, it was the right energy in the room, and
The room
it
exploded.
became
It was
this
so fun.
like I don't know, like this. It was like this trance state that we had reached, where it just I don't know, man. It was insane, and
Was that the one where you took your shirt off?
yeah,
Oh, yeah, if you're taking clothes off, you are
Sure came-
fucking feeling
got
yourself,
so hot.
brother.
and It was
Tom
loco.
laid on the
Blinded.
ground for
So hot it was. I needed sunglasses.
Yeah, right.
you
Yeah,
you
it had to
soaked
happen.
up, you soaked up some stage beer
They
from laying on the ground.
soaked up all kinds of stuff. It was awesome. So that comes to mind. That was like only maybe a month or two ago.
That's right.
But then another one highlight of this group was Railroad Square Music Festival. Shout out Santa Rosa, California. We were very fortunate to be invited to play. That's a really great festival that they throw every year. And I live in Santa Rosa, so it was a hometown thing. It was also on my birthday, which was really
shit.
fun.
That's right.
And we played on there's a vehicle stage that exists here in the Bay Area called The Rig. And if you know, you know. And our friend Brooks assembled this thing. It makes appearances at various festival locations, Road Square Music Festival being one.
Nice,
So we
okay.
played on that. So it's great to see, him. He's an old friend. And just, drawing people in. You play enough empty rooms when people do suddenly show up, and, you get that audience interaction thing going
Yeah.
is very nourishing. And
Absolutely,
it's enough
replenishing,
to-
if you will. You know,
Yeah, it's enough to keep you, you know,
it hydrates the soul.
trudging through emails to like get a gig. You know.
Yeah, that keeps the legwork important. And you're just like, it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
that was the old motto of our old band. Whether it was 5 people or 5,000 people, we're gonna do the exact, like not the exact same, but like we're gonna put the same
Yeah.
effort forward because
That's
you
right.
never know what could come from it.
Yeah.
We've done shows where you played for 2 people, and those 2 people walked up and gave us $100 each. You'd be like, that was the best show we've ever seen. And I'm like,
There you go.
We've never even made money like at like a festival or like a big show, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it just putting in the effort and just making sure that you're presenting your authentic self and just having fun with it. 'Cause
Totally.
that's the whole point. Is like to make sure we have fun when we're doing these stage performances.
That's why it's called playing music, not working music.
I'm gonna write that one down.
Hello.
Actually, that's a perfect one. I
Smile
like
on
that.
stage, guys. It's supposed to be
Go ahead and say
fun.
that to the camera for all the musicians at home. Go ahead, tell them. Don't be shy.
Just have fun. It's called playing music.
Exactly.
You
Have a
know?
good time with this.
Have a good time. And to your point, it's like the success is just in doing it. I feel like if you're just doing it and you got something on the books and you really love it, it keeps you going, you know?
Absolutely. It's about the journey, not the destination necessarily.
For sure.
Because you think about all these people that are like, oh man, all we want to do, if we get a big major record label deal and that'll solve all of our problems, and then almost exclusively it never solves problems, and it usually makes things much
It makes
worse.
more problems.
Yeah, exactly.
More
Because then you
money,
got to
more
work with
problems.
other
Yeah.
people, and there's more money involved, and it's just like have fun and enjoy the ride while it lasts. Because
Yeah.
someone described being in a band as like roller coasters. You know, like get on the ride. I think it was like it might have even been a what's his name? Oh, geez, I'm drawing a blank. Bill Hicks quote where he's talking about, he's like, it's all just a ride, but like enjoy the ride while it lasts, because rides don't last forever. And if you're lucky enough to let it last forever, then you are one of the few luckies to let that happen. But like enjoy it while it's here, because life's always changing and coming so fast. People are getting married, like you said,
Yeah.
going to Vietnam for a year all of a sudden for some reason.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. And you got to keep the train rolling, man. And that's why all the more reason to just hit record and just go for it. Because what you're doing is you're, you know, documenting something bigger than yourself. You're documenting a time and place in your life. And even if, like, no one listens to your record, at least you made it. And I think there's something to just making something and seeing a creative project through to the end that, like, deepens your connection with yourself. And it's infinite how deep you can go.
Absolutely.
So get in there.
And those early records, we could never replicate them.
Totally.
You know, like we recorded those early EPs with 3 SM58s on the drums, which
Yeah.
are vocal microphones.
Right, exactly.
Not meant for that. And the
Horrible
drums just sounded
situation.
thuddy and blech, and they sound so vibey now. Like
Yeah.
we look back and we're like, gosh, how did we do that?
Like people now pay to have plugins that sound like that, you know, to a
That's
certain
right.
extent. Like they really like to recapture something that was prominent at an earlier time to go back to that sound. It's like there's an innocence in it, and there's not such an intensity or a harshness on yourself in that mindset of like just go in, hit record, and let's just lay this shit down and see what happens from it. And then, you know, you never know. 20 years from now, someone could find it like what's that, like a Charles Bradley situation where it's like he didn't get famous until I think he was like 60 or
Yeah, he
62,
was about
but
to
he's
die.
hustling, being a James Brown impersonator in Detroit, making
Right.
his own clothes, just committing to the bit. And then finally, Manahan Street Band was like, yeah, we're going to write some music for you. You're the screaming eagle of soul, my guy. And
Yeah. That's
right.
next thing you know, he's getting his flowers and his recognition. And that's why he was, you know, crying at every show, just being like,
man.
this is, I got to see him at Hardly Strictly Bluegrass one year. And it was one of my
Wow.
favorite concerts I've ever seen. I think he passed away like 2 or 3 years afterwards.
Rest in
And
peace. God bless him.
he's literally, the band did the intro and he walked out and just shook everyone's hand in the front row. I mean, he took like 15 minutes once he got on stage, and he's just crying, so grateful and appreciative. Like, I'm getting goosebumps. Like I love his story so much, and it's such an inspiration. And you guys as well are adding to that lineage of inspiration of just like, guys, we're
Man.
making good music and we're having a fun time doing it. Like, this is what it's about. It's playing music, as you said. I'm legitimately, I'm gonna have to steal that and put that on a shirt. I'm sorry.
Well, you can't steal it because it's already been given.
Damn it!
go.
But I
There you
want to
go.
be nefarious.
There you
I can't
go.
work on my evil persona if you guys won't let me. I guess I'll just have to be kind-hearted and sharing with the world.
You'll find a way.
So I also noticed that you guys, I saw something you recently posted on your social media page of you actually screen printing merch that you guys are making, indicating, you know, a very DIY approach to this. Like you said, we just get in the room, record it ourselves, we make our own merch, we drive ourselves to the show, you know, we all that kind of stuff, we're our own guitar techs and all that.
Oh, yeah.
What would you say is one of the most difficult parts about being a DIY band in the year 2026, or just throughout your lineage as a band?
Most difficult parts of being a DIY band Probably having to deal with social media.
Amen to that.
Because
Amen.
Boy, talk about nefarious. I mean, we all know it's brain poison.
Absolutely.
And Spotify and all those. Yeah.
Yeah, and like extractive by nature, and it is like at this point, I'm gonna hot take, not so hot take, but like at this point, if you're like engaging in social media, you're pretty much just like bringing fascism into your own life. You know,
fucking
like
men, brother.
That's what we're looking at now. So
you feel that every time you go to post something as an artist or a creative, you're like, I really, all right, fine. I got to get the word out there still, but
I just don't see any other need for it other than running a business, and that's the thing about being in a DIY band is you have any band, but especially a DIY band, you have to approach it as a business.
Absolutely.
You have to approach it as
no one's going to take care of the dirty work for you unless, like you said, you get lucky enough, or quote unquote lucky, as we were saying, to have some people working with you in like a label form. But even then, that's going to bring its own heavy challenges that you don't want to have to deal with. So being able to navigate that world, I mean, there's been days where I'm like, I'm going to just completely delete social media. I'm done with it. I'm not using it anymore. And then I'm like, but I do have this clip from the show, and I want to talk about you. I want to promote you guys coming up. So there's a beast that you kind of have to work with. As long as you know how to do the proper dance moves, there is a way to navigate it. But like you said, it's just kind of poison and addictive in its nature. So it's a very fine line you have to walk to not let it just completely consume your life. And I mean, you just look around when you're like eating in a restaurant, or maybe not a restaurant, but like if you're at like work or something like that, and you look around and everyone's just sitting there. And I'm like, am I really the only one who's like, I'm the only one seeing everything going on right now. Everyone else is just buried on their phone. As soon as they get a little break, go to the phone candy, you know.
Shoot, I mean, I do the same thing, but at the same time,
we all are guilty.
Speaking of which, I mean,
speaking of
actually, he's like, I gotta check this message. Like,
sorry, I gotta take this.
I gotta take this. It's crazy.
But at the same time, like social media has allowed me to connect with like super cool people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's like it's not all bad. It's the mechanism. Like, and how it works and what it does to human brains, that's not cool.
Yeah. Well, it's also, it's such an easy thing to have access to everything instantly at any given notice. So it's hard to have that kind of self-control. And it's not like you're doing anything wrong, but just as creatures, we're inquisitive. So, well, what's going on in the world around me? So it's it's difficult to be able to kind of not let it be a prominent force in your life. And like you said, we're all guilty of it. Many people that aren't on social media, it's kind of weird. You're like, you are lucky, but I'm also suspicious of you. Like, how did you do this? Like, what are you hiding from us? But you know,
Alex is off the train.
I got off the train a few years ago.
I'm jealous, my man. I'm very happy for you, brother.
but there's the payout or the downsides of not seeing family updates until someone sends it to me.
Exactly.
Whatever those kinds of things are, but these days, you only get like 5% of your feed is family.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I started getting advertisements for Tiffany jewelry, and I was like, I don't think I need a $30,000 gold armband.
That's right.
I would like one, maybe, sure. And would I look great in it? Undeniably. But that's not the point. Like, I don't know why I'm getting ads for this. Who buys jewelry off of Instagram that's like a $30,000? Anyways, I digress.
But it's not just social media. I mean, Tom has been really. Cautious, I guess, or discerning when it comes to posting on Spotify, for example.
Yeah.
You look at bands like King Giz and the Lizard Wizard.
Sorry, Spotify?
Hey, there it is.
Just completely got off, because they were just like, why are we handing all of this, all of our expression, authenticity over to the tech lords, so
just
so
that
to speak,
and the metadata and everything, like just giving so much to these people that just do not care about anyone's well-being other than their own corporate interests.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
profits.
perhaps I'm sure. I mean, we've had friends who have worked at Spotify or whatever, but it's just you got to be discerning. I mean, again, like I think that's the hardest part about running a band. And Tom, as the band leader, I give you so many props because it's very difficult to hold the balance.
No, absolutely.
On all these things because they all are part of the ecosystem.
Well, what are you gonna do about it?
Actually, though,
I'm gonna play music.
I think of it as like it's a multidisciplinary art project. So I give myself permission to post because it's just like this is an extension of the art itself. It is not. This is not the this is like the Costco sample of what we have to offer.
There you go.
That's perfect.
Right? So it's like, here you go, human stranger on the internet. Here's a thing that we're doing. Try it if you like. There's more, in the freezer aisle.
Yeah.
But it's not like the end unto itself. It's not like we're doing this to have social media clout or anything. It's more just like a digital archive of the stuff we make.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's like a digital like street pole where you can put your flyer to help promote
Yeah.
yourself. You're just trying to get recognition,
Right.
not recognition of like you said clout, but just like, hey, we are a band. If you like what we do and you would like to,
yeah.
if you want to roll with us, then by all means, like, we'll be playing shows coming up and maybe buy a shirt or something like that. Like, it gives the opportunity for bands to directly then get off the phone and physically interact with you in real time.
Totally.
It's just a very tall street pole.
It's a very tall,
Yeah,
and
right.
there's so many other flyers and
Oh, yeah.
posters. It can be hard to stick out, but I think you guys' art, like the visuals you guys use, is very nice and very like bright colors and like very very stripped down and simple, but still effective. Like I definitely get colors in my head when I think of your band, which I don't really get a lot of with most other artists. I feel like so you guys are doing something right, at least from this old dog's perspective here.
Thank you so much.
Real quick, I know we were talking. Let's talk about shows again. I think you guys have something coming up in Santa Rosa.
Correct.
On the 6th of this, which would be this Friday.
Friday.
Tell us about Friday in Santa Rosa. What's happening?
I will gladly tell you about it. So Friday, we're playing in Santa Rosa at Shady Oak Brewing Company, which is right there by the Santa Rosa Mall, for those of you who are familiar with the area. Really cool place. Our friend Jason runs a record store / vintage store called Radio Thrift in Santa Rosa. Really cool dude, great taste, and this is the second show of a 3-month residency that we've been doing. So we played a month ago at Shady Oak, and then we're playing Friday. This is the second show, and then we're doing another one next month, April, first Friday of the month.
Okay,
And we're
perfect.
playing with a local band called Strawberry Farm, which should be really fun. Super cool. Younger cats. They do a rock and roll thing, much like us, so that'll be fun. And
A
then
nice pairing.
Nice pairing. That'll be fun. That's at 7 p.m. It's free, and I think it's maybe all ages. They have a little pinball arcade zone off to the side, and kids run around. So I'm gonna go ahead and say,
Yeah.
bring everybody.
Absolutely, and if not, just lie and say that they left their ID at home. Like, you're really gonna judge them off of their looks? Come on, this guy's clearly 37 years old while he's wearing a Bluey T-shirt or a Baby Shark shirt.
Right.
But keep them in the appropriate areas. But no, I think that's great. It's nice to be able to have that. Like, that's a really rare experience too, is being able to have an all ages show. Like, that's super important to help not only just keep the art scene alive, but help grow your brand out. Unfortunately, to use that term, but just get more exposure for your art, because you guys are clearly very talented, and you guys have a lot going for you. I mean, you've made it to Talking Schmidt live, so that's something. That's a step in the right direction.
Dude, this is amazing.
No, we're very like I said, we were trying to get you on, and we finally were able to get it scheduling wise. We got everything booked in, and once I knew we had you locked in for this month, I was very, very excited. Austin and I were up top, just freaking rocking the hell out. Like, God damn, these boys rip.
I have one more show to plug, if that's
Shoot, no,
all right.
go right ahead, please.
Sunday, we're back in the East Bay, playing at Spats.
Ooh, no, I just went to Spats in January. That's a cool little spot.
We're doing it. We're going to be there on Sunday. That's at 8 p.m. And we're playing with Hangnail, which is another group from Sonoma County, rock trio formation.
Perfect.
And then Maddie, who is that's Madde, coming down from Chico with her band to play.
Hey, my old stomping grounds.
Oh yeah?
I grew up in Orville for about 8 to 7 years.
Really?
Yeah, when I was about 7 years old, my dad owned a tackle shop up on Lake Orville. So I lived up in Kelly Ridge and Lake Orville,
No
downtown by the skate. Like, when they built the skate park in Orville, my house was right across the street from it. So it then became the unofficial hangout spot for all the degenerate teenagers that were smoking pot and doing all that kind of stuff.
Were you the guy with the bong?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I was the guy with the 4-foot bong. Shout out to my sweet dear mother. You were an angel, and I apologize for putting you through hell like that. But you are a trooper, and I love you very much so. But no, Northern California, that was
Shout out Orville.
Shout out Orville. They don't get a lot of respect, Butte County gets a bad rap, I feel like. But I mean, for good and bad reasons, we'll say. But I love my time in Orville. And I mean, how many other cities have not one, but 2 casinos within city limits?
Yeah, baby. Gold Country.
Gold Country and Feather
San
Falls.
Jose, representing shout out San Jose.
Shout out San Jose. All right, see, look, we got it covered. We got SoCal, or South Bay, and far North Bay. Far North
Oh,
Bay.
yeah. Yeah, we're trying to do laps around the Northern California Bay Area.
we've done a couple weekends like that. Last
Yeah.
year we did a run of North Bay, and then we rolled all the way down to LA.
Yeah.
And did around LA, Palmdale. It was super fun.
fun.
That was
I think
a great tour.
Northern California really doesn't get a whole lot of love, I feel like, for their music scene. Like, it's a really hard market.
Man.
Like, it's intimidating being a Bay Area band and be like, man, I don't know if we can get shows up there. But if you go and play a show in like a Chico area, the people will come. Like, you just got to know where to look, find the right people to network with. But they're looking for fun stuff to do, especially in college town like Chico. They come out in droves. Like, go hit Madison Beer Garden and all that stuff. Get yourself a great burger up in Chico. Highly recommend it. But there is a thriving scene up there, but you just got to be able to make the effort up there. So that's cool that you guys are networking with people like that and bringing them back down as well towards your neck of the woods.
When you were saying earlier, there's a folk scene up there that's incredible, and then go down to the South Bay. There's some incredible hardcore bands right now.
Oh God, yeah, exactly. There's so much
Tsunami
heaviness
and Drain
out there.
are holding it down in the South Bay.
Yeah, well, check them out. Make sure you go down to the San Jose area every now and then. Check out the Ritz. Check out all the good stuff they got going on out there.
Also, shout out Davis. Can we shout out Davis?
Of course, by all means. Another
you
small
go.
kind of quiet farm town that doesn't get the respect it does.
Davis rocks.
Davis
We love Davis.
We've played great shows in Davis.
We're like a minor league baseball team.
Yes,
right.
Just like
making the rounds.
play regional ball.
the San Jose Giants.
The Savannah Bananas, you know.
Pretty much.
There you go.
I got a couple more questions here for you guys. This one is a very serious question. It is a segment I'm going to call Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Oh yeah.
So it's going to be, which of you songs do you think fucks the hardest? Which song do you think my stepmother Mary would like the most? And which song hits so hard that you think it could potentially kill someone? From all of the music you've written, which song do you think would hit the fuck, marry, kill
Can you
criteria
repeat the
here?
parameters?
Absolutely. So the first song is what song do you think fucks the hardest? Like, what do you think is like one of your songs that you're just like, you got to listen to this first? Like, check this song out. I think you'd really like it if you're new to the band. That's my definition of the fuck portion of this. Number two is I have a stepmother named Mary who lives out in Martinez.
Nice.
Shout out, Mary. We love you. Which of your songs do you think my stepmother Mary would like the most? Coming to you guys fresh, not knowing anything about you. And then which song do you think hits so hard? It is such a rockin' song that you think it could potentially have the power to kill someone dead in their tracks.
Ooh.
It's a tall order. I mean,
This
it's
is a great question.
By all
What's
means.
Mary's vibe like?
You know, Mary, she grew up on a steady diet of Queen, AC/DC, but she also loves like Metallica. She's taken me to my first 3 Metallica shows out of high school for graduation presents. So
she's a rocker.
She's a rocker. Yeah, she gets pretty heavy from time to time. So she likes her music loud.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit less loud as she gets up in years. You know, as everyone likes to dial it back a little bit. But she's still a rock and roller at heart.
Okay.
So that's kind of her vibe a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna wing it here.
Please,
I
bro.
think,
You gotcha.
The fuck song is gonna be American Groover.
Yeah.
Which we just finished with. It's got that tempo thing going.
That fuck beat.
And
Hashtag, I'm sorry, don't sleep on Schmidt is no longer the show. Hashtag fuckbeat.
The fuck
Please
beat,
put
yeah.
the fuckbeat on social media ASAP.
well, that one's settled. So
Yeah, I think
that-
unanimous decision there.
Mary's song that she might like that we play is gonna be "Ain't a Secret, Baby's Gotta Rock and Roll."
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's got good toe tapping ability to it for
We
sure.
could serve that up to Mary.
Yeah, she would chow that down with a nice glass of water, on the side,
Love it. Yeah, that's a wholesome rocker. And then what's the last one?
Killer.
The Killer.
A song that you think could literally stop someone dead in their tracks and kill them. Like a song that hits so hard that you're just like, this song we have to be careful with. If we play it with someone who maybe has like a pacemaker or something, or there's like a heart condition, you got to be careful around these people. What's a song that could literally kill someone?
The Killer song. There is one. It was initially recorded under a previous project, Tong, but we have worked it into the live show currently, and it's actually it's a 2-song medley of the songs "Designer Dogs" into "Let It Burn."
Okay.
And "Let It Burn" is kind of like a 2-part song where the first bit is like a heavy swung riff in 6/8.
Blues, yeah.
And that modulates a whole step, so it's got this lift, and then it goes into this like double time barn burner riff. And every time we've dropped that one live, there's a break kind of at the peak moment where we cut out, all three of us, before we like go back into the initial 6/8 riff.
Yeah.
And you can feel when the energy in the room is right and everybody's locked in on that moment. It feels like there's no air in the room. Like everybody's like holding their breath.
Hear a pin drop in that room in that second.
And we'll hold it there and then come back in, and then people shriek.
People get really, it's
an audible gasp
play.
happens.
It's really fun.
They're clutching their pearls moment. Absolutely.
Yeah, we don't play that all the time.
When it hits, it hits, though.
And when it hits, it hits. And that one is also done in a guitar and open tuning, which is played with a slide.
Ooh,
sometimes.
yeah, that's a lot of fun right there.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Tom play slide.
No, I played slide on one song in my old band. Shout out to Overland, shout out Hack the Limb. But I am by no means a slide player, but I fucking love. I read Dwayne Allman's Skydog biography,
nice.
and I was just like, this is, not only was he the most amazing human ever, this is a creature on this earth, but the tone and the certain touch that you have to be able to be good at slide is such an art. You can play slide and not know how to play other guitar.
Right.
It's just two totally different worlds. So I will have to keep that in mind. I got to come check you out live, and I might have to just walk up with a slide one day and be like, let's go ahead and bust out that open tune.
Dude,
It's in his pocket already.
Yes!
There you go.
Yes! I love that. Makes me so happy.
This was my dad's.
Oh, even better. That's
Brass.
amazing.
I had another one just like this that I got in Mexico City. It was a little bit bigger. And I gave it to a dude that we played a show with. He was in the opening band. He didn't have a slide. And well, I was like,
and he's like, I'm keeping
I was
this.
like, he was younger maybe, and I was like, dude, keep that. That's yours. And he was like, here's your slide back. And I'm like, brother, I don't call I don't call take backs.
Exactly.
It's like if it's yours, it's yours.
Jacket over the shoulder, and you're like,
I hope
keep it, kid.
I hope he still has it. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. That's
One
great.
of those moments.
No, it's nice to be able to pass the torch like that.
But I like the brass ones versus the glass ones because I used to have a Dwayne slide that was like the bottle, you know?
Yeah, those are yeah, they do. They're very, and especially when you're playing, if you go back and forth, so many times you drop it. And I've stepped on the brass ones and almost broken my ankle. But much rather that than a piece of broken glass going through your shoe, which has maybe happened once or twice to me in my day.
I like the tone of it too. Is a little more dirt nasty.
It's a little more of the Billy Gibbons kind of like slide stuff, which is nice. You just get
Lowell
that.
George is another one.
Absolutely. Look, dude.
Yeah.
High five. He honestly, Lowell George might be my favorite singer of all time outside of like a Jeff Buckley, but Little Feat is arguably criminally underrated.
Have you seen the documentary?
No.
There's a documentary.
Really?
Yeah, it's like kind of a little sleeper deep cut on YouTube. I watched it the other night. It was for free.
I know exactly what I'm watching tonight then.
Dude, put it on. It's amazing footage, and just to hear, especially Van Dyke Parks, who was like on the scene there at the same time, hear his stories about Lowell George is just so, very eloquent and just paints a picture of the, immense artist that he was. And never, like you said, never really got the shines that maybe they deserve.
Which is
in
insane.
Their time.
They had a band where
records hold up.
Emmylou Harris and Bonnie Raitt were their backup singers. You know how good you have to be to have that as your backing vocals? Like,
he was the guy.
Yeah, no, I had a friend, I have a friend, shout out Richard in Michigan. He got me really hooked on them. He's like, dude, they were really big in like Japan, I guess at the time. They would go over and they were like session musicians over there for a time. And he was like, this is the greatest band ever. And I'm like, who the fuck is Little Feat? And then ever since then, like Waiting for Columbus, you put, what is it? It's like Fat Man in a Bathtub and a Rocket in My Pocket. Like those, it's just, go do yourself a favor if you don't know that. And also his solo album too, I think it's 2 Trains or something like that from Lowell George.
Yeah.
Amazing record. Amazing stuff from him. Shout out, man, that just made my night. You have no idea. I got 2 more questions for you here and then we're gonna wrap this up and we'll get you back up on the stage here. Talking about influence and stuff earlier, let's talk about maybe more locally based influences or mutual respect. Who would you think, if you had to name a Bay Area band or 2, who would you say is really like at the top of their game right now and are just absolutely crushing it? Maybe you played with them before or just in knowing of them being in the ethos, you're like, man, they are just absolutely crushing it right now. Like I mentioned Pure Hex earlier.
Yeah.
They're on tour with Silver Sun Pickups. Like they're doing great big things, and I'm really happy to see them get some flowers like that. I'd throw their name into the ring, but who would you say is a Bay Area band that's just at the peak of their game right now?
That's a great question. There's so many. I was afraid you were going to ask me.
I got one ready.
Go for it.
Because I just bought their live at the LA Palladium record Ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Roner Park.
Okay, shout out Roner Park indeed.
Ceremony. I mean, some of the best shows I've ever seen have been Ceremony shows. I saw them in LA last year, or I guess that was 2 years ago now. I saw them in San Jose last year. I saw them in Santa Cruz. That was just at such a small little venue. It was mind blowing, and just every record in their discography just gets more and more interesting and so much cooler, from beat down hardcore to like, goth, and just like incredible music. I'm very in love with Ceremony right now.
A lot of range on the spectrum of intensity with that band, and I think they are very good at going from A to B very quickly and being able to kind of navigate that water with some precision. So shout out Ceremony for sure. That's a great choice.
Do you have any suggestions?
Well, I can shout out these guys.
Shout them out.
Who's that?
Everyone is Dirty.
Oh, nice.
That's the second shout out that they've been specifically called out on this program. Everyone is Dirty is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Did you draw this?
Yeah, I did that. Yeah.
There you go.
He's like, not only is this shirt amazing, but
Cross-promotion thing, but
no, that's great. What about them do you love so much? Like, what about them really resonates with you that you feel?
they just have some really good songs, really good records that they've made over the past, like, I guess 15 years maybe. I don't really know their whole history, but I don't know. They're just friends of mine and really creative, cool art music, and
Very much so. I was gonna say creative is a very good word for them, because not every band is necessarily the most creative, but they can be rippers or whatever. But like they have, like you said, art and direction and creativity that really flows through their style of music. So I think Everyone is Dirty is an excellent choice. What about you, Tom?
I would have to qualify my answer based on like region. So
Fair enough. Yeah, you can give a couple answers by all means.
I think the ones that crop up as far as like being like, oh man, they're really on a cool thing that I'm into. I like Bolero. Those guys are awesome, and love the vibe that they've got going. And yeah, great sound, cool people.
I just want to say real quick, I apologize to Bolero, and especially to one Michael Vigil, who is the percussionist. I work with Michael at the Chase Center. He's an amazing dude. I promised him I would be there, and I was not able to be at the album release show, and it broke my heart. I was up for about 35 hours straight. I did an overnight and then had to go play a memorial gig that same morning when I woke up. So by the time I got home, I was exhausted.
Shocked.
And I love you, Michael. Please, if you can find it in your heart to forgive me, I will love you very much. So I apologize. But no, Bolero, they're my favorite San Francisco band, I feel like. They are really incredible, and just Santana and like Allman Brothers-esque, but then doing their own thing entirely. And then it's like if Glenn Danzig was in Santana. Like that's how I picture them. He could sing like no one's business.
Joe, the guitar player.
Oh my God.
Is my buddy, and he's a genius.
Talk about slide playing.
Yeah. I mean, his slide playing is exceptional. His ragtime, like Chet Atkins thing, is also exceptional. Funny story, I met Joe when he first moved to the city when he was like 15. I hope he doesn't mind me sharing this. But I was living in the Richmond, and our roommate had like a Charlie Brown, like the doctor is in sign. And she was like just in the park one day doing that, I think, and like meeting people. Anyways, brings this young Joe back to our house, because he was, at that point, I think, just walking around playing guitar everywhere, ripping. And he was very young, but he didn't look as young as he actually was, which was a bit deceiving. And she brings him over to the apartment, and we were hanging out and jamming, and he's, was incredible, back then, and we, had a nice alliance forging, and then it was like, he was like, oh yeah, I'm like in high school. And we're like, whoa. Because we like, maybe slipped him a beer or something.
Right. And even then he's like, and I'm a freshman in high school. Right. Like, dear God.
But he had like a full beard at that point. So it was kind of like, oh, well, whatever.
Yeah. Was that on 7th Ave?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. And so then I stayed in touch, and I don't think Bolero had even formed at that point yet, but we'd see him around. He sat in on a gig with us when we played at the Plow and Stars. Shout out Plow and the Stars in Richmond. Love the Plow. Plow for life. But anyways, it's cool to see him like in that band now, just totally kicking ass. And so shout out. And then another San Francisco band that I love that we play that I listen to their record in my house a lot is Mild Universe is really cool.
Yeah, Mild Universe is incredible.
And Sam, the drummer, is another friend. We actually, for a hot minute, taught preschool music classes together, like years ago.
That's great.
Yeah, and he's a really sweet guy and awesome drummer and cool dude. So shout out Mild Universe. Those guys are great. I hope both those bands keep the train rolling. And then Santa Rosa shout out is John Courage, who's a legend and guitar wizard, and he is opening for Emmylou Harris coming up next month, which is an amazing show. So I'm really proud to know him.
Absolutely.
He's playing big league ball on that level.
Yeah, exactly. See the hometown kid done right, you know?
For real.
Yeah.
But there's too many to name, and I was nervous that you were going to ask that because
That's usually a staple. Is like, try to give an opportunity to give some love, spread it. Not obviously we're giving the love towards the couch because we have Tom Relling band on the couch, and you guys are absolutely incredible. But it's nice to hear what you guys are listening to and bands that you appreciate, and just maybe could encourage some people to go out to these other band shows. Go check out these local venues. If you have a free Friday night, if you don't even necessarily know who's on the bill, but you live a couple blocks away from a venue, or you're within driving distance, go out and have a good time. I've found some of my all-time, like Bolero. They opened for Parker Griggs of Radio Moscow. He was doing his El Perros. Radio Moscow is the reason I play guitar.
Awesome.
I saw them open for El Perro back in like 2019 or something like that, the Chapel, and ever since then I've been like, this might be the best band, local band I've ever seen. Same with Strange Vine. I played a show with them at the Stone Foxes one time where they were opening, and they were, to this day, one of my favorite bands I've ever seen. Two-piece band out of Fresno, and they're getting ready to do an album release, and it's their first album in like 15 years or something like that. Something crazy like that. So I'm very excited to see them getting their flowers, and maybe we'll have you on the show. We're working on some stuff. We'll see what happens. But last question while I got you here, because I feel like I don't want to waste any more of your time, and I know our audience is dying to hear a song or two left. What do you guys got planned for the rest of this year? What's next on the horizon for the rest of 2026 for Tom Relling Band?
Well, we are going to be playing, we've got Rock and Roll Weekend on deck. Friday in Santa Rosa, and then Sunday in Berkeley. And then got some more shows coming up in April. We're playing Santa Rosa again, and then we're playing up in Willits on that Saturday. Shout out Willits.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way?
Yeah. Sorry,
I thought they made the bypass. So just Willits bypass.
Willits is
No,
cool.
stop
I
at
actually,
Willits.
Just drive
I'm
right
down
through it,
with
don't even
Willits.
stop.
I love Willits. I love Mendocino County. Shout out Mendocino County.
The Pacifica of the North, if you will. Just a single
Yes.
drive-through town.
Yes.
We're gonna do a Willits style.
Willits style.
In April, and then we're working on another little weekender for May. Potentially, San Jose. We're gonna get down to San Jose. We're kicking around the idea of maybe doing a little Austin pilgrimage and going to do our thing
I think you
down
guys are
there.
great
Maybe
down
later on the back half of the year. Also working on maybe getting a little East Coast action. We'll see. But basically, our touring model is that of the Rock and Roll Weekend, where you go big and go home. And
The going home part's really
It's-
important in that aspect.
we're
for sure.
all about sustainable community
Yeah.
in this operation, and having fun, and so and going on adventures. So all of those check the boxes. Yeah, probably going to make it down to Southern California in the summertime. Maybe we'll get a couple festivals coming in on the books. Got a single that I'm going to be putting out in a month.
Ooh, okay.
The plan is to release a 7-inch A-side, B-side through Shaky Records, which is
Shout out Shaky Records.
shout out Shaky Records, which is out of Pennsylvania. Shaky Jake, he's the man. So thanks for putting us on, and so we'll have some new music coming out in about a month or so. and then just keeping the train rolling, man.
Amen. You guys, sounds like you're putting a lot of coal in the engine, and you're combusting properly, and you're working forward, which is important. And I mean, obviously, you guys have the talent, and you have the music, and you have the catalog to be able to just rock any stage you're on. So if you are lucky enough to catch them at any upcoming show, specifically coming up in Santa Rosa, they got a lot of good stuff. They're coming up in Berkeley. They got some good stuff in the area, so don't be afraid to come check them out. And if you do come to check them out, tell them Schmidt sent you. Give them a high five and have a good time. You're going to love what you see. I mean, we've been having a blast here with you guys on the couch and on the stage as well. So thank you very much for doing this. This has been a long time coming, and I'm very excited we got to have you on the couch. I fucking love three-piece rock bands. Shout out Radio Moscow. Again, Parker Griggs.
Yeah.
You are the reason I do what I do. But then George is the reason why I do what I do here. So quick shout out to George and Alana and Austin and Ira and the whole squad that makes this possible, because I'm just one asshole who used to hold a microphone who no longer has to hold a microphone. So they've even made my life even better, even more so than they need to. And it's been a great ride. So thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. How do you want them to follow you? Where should they go if they want to follow you on this social media thing we're navigating through together?
You know, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, mailing list, actually.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
Chill.
Very important.
Mailing list. I send out a monthly blast with updates and, you know, sneak peeks and merch drops before I then put it over on the Instagram. So sign up for my mailing list.
And what is that email that they might sign up for?
Well,
or how would you recommend they sign up for it?
You're going to want to go on my website, tomrelling.com, and then there's a you scroll down and it says sign up for the mailing list, and you put your email in there, and then once a month I'll send out a little thing. You know, we stay pretty busy, so there's usually show announcements or new music or new merch coming out, and that's the best way to stay in touch. But yeah, we're on the internet, all the things. Not TikTok so much. I had a little thing, and then I just fell off the train. I don't know. Instagram's
it's too much
enough for me.
It's like Instagram is more than enough. I'm just doing this so that people have some sort of digital acknowledgement that they can interact with if they would like, posting clips to advertise you guys and previous bands and stuff like that. So, but I think the mailing list is a really smart way, because it's just a way to kind of circumvent that. If you're anti-Spotify and anti-Instagram and Meta and all that stuff, like there are ways to be able to navigate. So take notes, local band, get a damn web domain. It's not that hard. You can get one for like really $20 a year or something like that. Maybe a little bit more in this economy. But you get what I'm saying. Make the effort, because they are leading the charge on this by showing by example that it is possible. So thank you very much, Tom Relling Band. You guys are incredible, and I love what you're doing, and thank you for being a part of our program, and thank you for being who you are, which is awesome. By the way, shout out Tommy Wiseau. I just caught your jacket. That is incredible. We're going to take a quick commercial break here. We're going to be right back with a couple more tracks from these fellas on the couch, but they're going to not be playing it on the couch, obviously. See, look, right there. We got the love right there. Respect.
Love is blind.
Oh, hi, Mark. We'll be right back, everybody, for more Talking Schmidt live at the Complex with Tom Relling Band.
They set their roundhouses on fire, burned all the books that pedalized. A crowd of people stood and stared, too appalled, too afraid, too weak and impaired. There ain't no carrot on the ending of the street. You kick the stick and somehow they keep their
Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome to the Complex here in beautiful downtown San Francisco. I am your pal, Steve Ward Moore, and this is What's Poppin', the Bay Area's arts and entertainment talk show. Each episode features hilarious and insightful interviews with local Bay Area celebrities. Also, the people behind the scenes of the coolest venues and events happening in the Bay Area. We have a brand new house band that comes in to perform live for us right here and for you at home on your devices. Join us every other Monday, twitch.tv/thecomplexsf. Be a part of the revolution, be a part of the family, and you never know who's gonna stop by the studio over here.
If you love music and you love friends, you will love BFF.FM, where the DJs are nice and the songs are good, and it's right in your neighborhood. So if you love music and you love friends, listen to BFF.FM.
Soundwaves, the long-running Bay Area music brand, is partnered with the Complex Recording Studio in San Francisco to showcase weekly live performances shot at the Complex SF and to further shine a light on the wild, wonderful Bay Area music scene. Watch full episodes at soundwavestv.com or at 1077thebone.com. Find out more about the Complex at thecomplex-sf.com.
Do you like vintage clothing? We like vintage clothing. You should buy vintage clothing and stuff here at Heads or Tails. Not sure what to get your friends for their birthdays? Get them some sweet-ass accessories. They have zines for you avid readers and the Bay Area's hottest music. Check out this rack of vintage clothing. Buy it! Buy it all! Buy it here at Heads or Tails Collective in Oakland.
Hey everybody, welcome back. That was absolutely incredible. We had a great chat with Tom Relling Band. Lots of good stuff. Shout out Lowell George. I mean, don't even get me started on that. Shout out Bolero, all Mild Universe, all the good stuff we talked about here. I hope you all enjoyed it and are very informed and get a little bit of sneak peek behind the curtains. That is the Tom Relling Band. Now, I'm going to keep this sweet and short because I am very much excited to see what they got lined up for us for the back end of this performance. So everybody, please give them a follow on their respected socials. Check out their emailing list. Check out their website, tomrellingband.com. All that good stuff. But until then, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I'm going to have a snack on some beef jerky here, and we're going to rock the hell out with you guys. Are you ready for that? Hell yeah, we are, Schmitty. Oh, wait, I'm not even off camera. That didn't even work. Anyways, you get the point. Everybody, please give it up for the one and only Tom Relling Band once again. Ha-ha! Let's go!
I'm going to dedicate this song to a great Bay Area musician who we lost recently. This one's going out to Anthony Ant. We're going to dedicate that to him. Thank you for your service to the Bay Area music community. Onward to soaring glory. This song's called Over the River. Sing me over the river, back to where I came, over on the other side. That's where I remain. Sing me over the river, back to where I'm from. And when
someday I'll be there when you come. The morning of our parting, the sun did barely rise. Long and painful silence as we said goodbye. And now the night is quiet, and all the stars are gone. The clouds beneath the moonlight slowly drift along. Sing me over the river, back to where I'm from. And when we meet again someday, I'll be there when you come. 'Cause gone is not forever, only just for now. I take a piece of you with me, and I wear it like a crown. Sing me over the river, back to where I came. Over on the other side, that's where I remain. Yeah, sing me over the river, back to where I'm from. Now when we meet again someday, I'll be there when you come. I'll be there when you come. I'll be there when you come. All right, here we go. Let's pick it back up, yeah? I'm gonna kick 'em out. I'm sorry, the sweat on my shirt, so it was feeling. complex forever.
Yes, what a hell of a way to rock out and round out that set with a little bit of some MC5. Do your damn research, kids. If you don't know who that band is, you're missing out. Shout out, Kick Out the Jams. That is an absolutely incredible way to just tie a pretty little bow on this perfect episode that we've had this evening. Thank you so much to the Tom Relling Band. You guys are incredible. You guys are legends in the making and in the now present times. Thank you so much for being here. That's going to do it for us, folks. That's it. I'm going to end on a high note. That was absolutely incredible. Don't forget, hashtag don't sleep on Schmidt, and also hashtag the fuck beat. Don't forget about the hashtag the fuck beat. That's very important. That one's going to go down in history, I feel like. That's it. Well, I got you here. We got one more little announcement we're going to make, which is the next guest that's coming up, and that's going to be on Wednesday, March 18th, 2 weeks from tonight, right here where you're watching this live. We are going to have the one, the only, the inner thigh drum roll. Oh man, I'm getting too good at that. The Junior Painkillers are going to be here. It's going to be an awesome fucking time. I've been very excited to see them play live, and we're going to have them right here in the studio for your viewing pleasure. So please enjoy that. Look forward to that. Follow us on social media at Talking Schmidt Live. Follow the Complex, the studio, the best little hidden gem in the Bay Area right here at the Complex SF. Follow them on twitch.tv/thecomplexsf. And if you're really inclined, hit that subscribe button. It's about $6 a month, and it goes a long way for all the good stuff that they are doing at this wonderful establishment they call home, that I'm now able to call home. I love it here. I really do love being able to come out here. So thank you very much. Shout out to George, Ira, Alana, Austin, the whole goddamn crew here at the Complex. Like I said on the show earlier, I'm just the voice here. I'm just the face of the program, but without them, I am literally just a madman talking to himself. It's really hard to have a talk show when there's no cameras around. I think that's the definition of mental illness. So thank you for providing me this mental stability and the ability to come out and interview these amazing bands and get to meet some of my favorite bands like Tom Relling Band this evening. That's it, everybody. Have a great week. Have a great few weeks. Go check out all the shows we talked about. Use that hashtag we talked about, either or you want to use. If you want to use the family-friendly one, I understand. If not, get nasty with it and let your freak flag fly. Until then, I am Jacob Schmidt, a.k.a. Churt Dog Schmidt Nasty, a.k.a. the Pope of Beantown, and this has been Talking Schmidt live at the Complex. Thank you, everybody. Have a great one. Adios. The live.
Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome to the Complex here in beautiful downtown San Francisco. I am your pal, Steve Ward Moore, and this is What's Poppin', the Bay Area's arts and entertainment talk show. Each episode features hilarious and insightful interviews with local Bay Area celebrities. Also, the people behind the scenes of the coolest venues and events happening in the Bay Area. We have a brand new house band that comes in to perform live for us right here and for you at home on your devices. Join us every other Monday, twitch.tv/thecomplexsf. Be a part of the revolution, be a part of the family, and you never know who's gonna stop by the studio over here.